Good morning, battlers, and welcome back to my channel. I'm sure you are all excited for trying the spiciest picks out for Ultra League, and I'm here to let you see how some of those spicy picks perform. Now, by no means am I a pro or anything, but I do what I can with the limited resources I have, so take it as a poor man's guide to the Go Battle League. Woo! And in this episode, we're going to be taking a look at one of my favorite strategies to get wins, and that's going to be picking a lead, which wins most matchups, either by getting switch advantage or taking shield, and then finishing off the enemy team with hard-hitting moves in the back, which in this case, it's gonna be Gengar. I recently made this Gengar during December Community Day event, and it's seriously been one of the best investments I ever made in this game, and you're gonna see why in just a bit. Just as a reference, I played 50 games with this team and went 42-8, which is absolutely amazing, and I do have it all recorded, but I didn't want to make this video too long, so you'll just have to take my word for it. Regardless, you're going to see how a set plays out, then you can decide for yourself if it's worth running this team or not. Spoiler alert, you're gonna say yes. The most common Pokemon I've been seeing on the lead and in the back so far was Swampert, Venusaur, Machamp, Clefairy, and Empoleon. And I have to say, Gallade has absolutely won me the advantage in almost all of my games. The only real weakness Gallade has in the current meta is going to be a Charmer on the lead, so make sure to keep it away from that, but for everything else and a bit of finesse, you can easily pull out the win every time. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the games because they are absolutely satisfying to watch. We're gonna be kicking the first game off against the Gardevoir now. If she has Charm, we're done for, but as you can see, they chose Confusion on this specific Gardevoir, which only deals neutral to us, so it's kinda safe to stay in just enough to get a shield bait down as we did. I am kinda second guessing the decision of switching into Gengar, into this Gardevoir, but I guess my thought process was either getting their second shield with the Shadow Punch or taking him out of here, and let's see what they choose. They choose to get that Gardevoir out of my face, so at this point I could go for shield bait, which I do, hoping we get it, but I think I should have just went for the Shadow Ball to play it safe. As you can see, we did not get to the second Shadow Punch anyway, but it's alright. At this point we bring in Empoleon to absorb everything this Empoleon would throw at us, and this is kinda where Drill Peck would do a slightly bit more damage, I think. But regardless, as I said, I didn't have the candy and I'm not gonna spend any rare candies on this one. I'm sure I'm gonna find more Piplups in the future, if not in the following few days actually. I'm just gonna go for close combat since they're down shields. Hopefully it takes it out, but it barely survives. Luckily, one Confusion is more than enough to take it out. Do I get to the Leaf Blade? Almost. Almost got it. Unfortunately not. But they surrender and honestly, guys, I think he had that game. Maybe he thought I had more energy left, but you know, never surrender. You never know. Just play it out, especially if it's that close. This game, we're met against an Arcanine, possibly with Wild Charge and Flamethrower. I'm just gonna try to go for a shield bait. This wouldn't do any damage, and unfortunately they do not shield. But it is in Confusion down range, so I think I'm just gonna shield up these two Wild Chargers. Well, I think I'm gonna let the second one go through. Hopefully it doesn't KO us. Let's see. Barely survive a little bit, but one Confusion was enough to take it out. And at this point, he brings in the Swampert. I should have definitely went for Leaf Blade, but I panicked. Doesn't matter, they shielded it up anyways, and no matter what, we wouldn't have gotten to the second Leaf Blade anyway, so after all, it was the same outcome. I'm just gonna bring in my Gengar to get like 2-3 hits in and bait out the Hydro Cannon, which I catched beautifully on my rank number 1 Empoleon. They bring in a Venusaur, and this is right about the time I'm regretting so much not having Drill Peck, but I barely got to it, and hopefully they shield. This is a drill pack, dude. Careful, it would take you dangerously low. And they do shield. Luckily for us, Empoleon did what Empoleon does. And at this point, I'm just safe to like one-shot nuke, Shadow Ball, anything they throw at me, including the Venusaur. And let's see. Well, Gengar is super squishy. I do not believe it can survive a Hydro Cannon. I should definitely go for Shadow Ball. I panicked. I felt like Swampert got the Hydro Cannon, which he probably did. Shadow Punch is not gonna be enough, and they do get to a Hydro Cannon in time. Unfortunately, we cut this game really, really close, and I should have definitely just went for the Shadow Ball, but regardless, we live, we learn. Let's see what the next game holds for us. They bring in a Sceptile, Spicy Pick. They're not gonna be doing a lot of damage with Bullet Seed. They actually switch out, and I'm gonna save up all that energy and immediately switch into my Empoleon. What better time than this to absorb? The Blast Burn is gonna hurt, of course. Look at that, it almost takes us out, but regardless, Empoleon does what Empoleon does. And I was trying to farm it down, but unfortunately we double KO'd, so that was a wasted opportunity of throwing a Hydro Cannon, possibly taking a shield, but regardless, at least we get more energy and farm potential with Gengar, since leaf attacks, well, you know, grass type moves isn't gonna do much to Gengar. An Earthquake would definitely KO us though, so good thing we shielded there. At this point I'm just gonna throw Shadow Punch because this Sceptile has a ton of energy built up. They do shield the first one, and they swapped, but they do not have any more shields, so I'm just gonna go for the Shadow Ball, dude. This is gonna hurt the Swampert, almost taking it out, leaving it in the red. I'm just gonna stay in with Gengar. There's no reason to shield this either. I have a Gallade, almost full HP in the back. Confusion is gonna take out the Swampert, and honestly, I could have just shielded whatever they threw and confusioned it down, but let's just play it safe and go for the hardest hitting move on the Sceptile, and GG. In this game, we are met with a Venusaur lead now. That's perfect for us because confusion chunks. They do switch into the Charmer, so we immediately bring out our Empoleon to absorb all of that charm damage, possibly even get a shield, if not just get this Clefairy out of my game. They do let it go through. I don't even believe they're gonna reach a charge move. They do not. And we have a little bit of energy built up too. They bring in a Blaziken. Damn. Well, they're definitely gonna shield up this Hydro Cannon. I'm surprised they brought in the Blaziken. I actually forgot what they had as a lead. They had a Venusaur. They should have definitely brought that out, but I guess they were fearing the Drill Pack, which is perfect. That's why I said it, guys. It doesn't really matter. Just the threat of having Drill Pack is more than enough to make a solo moved Empoleon work. I do let them take out my Gengar because I just want to farm this thing down. Maybe do a little chip damage with Leaf Blade. Definitely double shields the Gallade. It's our last Pokemon. No need to like flex or anything. Not that we could. Frenzy Plant would definitely take us out there. We're just gonna chip a tiny bit of HP or get the shield. That works too. We're just gonna confusion it down. Have more than enough energy for the Blaziken, and that's gonna be an GG. Sometimes you just have a better matchup and a better lead, and that's exactly what happened as that game. The opponent's team was really nice actually, but unfortunately I had the counter for the Clefairy and I had the lead advantage, so some games you just can't win them all, right? We're met with a Machamp in this one, and that's just beautiful. We get one confusion through. Now this one's a Charmer, so I instantly switch out into my Empoleon to absorb all that damage. As I said, Empoleon, we only have it honestly to just tank everything and bait out some shields or get the kill just like that, you know. That works too, that works. Now this Machamp is gonna try to farm us down, and it definitely can. It's probably gonna shield this Hydro Cannon, otherwise this would do a lot of damage. They do, and they're right about at a Rock Slide right now. I do bring out my Gallade, it's not a big deal. And they actually bait me with a Cross Chop that, to be fair, I don't need to shield anything. Rock Slide and Cross Chop, they're both not very effective, so I learned. I just wanted to preserve a little bit of HP on my Gallade. I guess we're gonna double up on the Leaf Blade since they still have a shield. And since they didn't shield that, I'm just gonna preserve that energy. It might come in handy for their last Pokemon. I'm definitely letting this go through. We can survive one Dragon Claw, and they threw way too quick for it to be a Hurricane. I'm not even gonna charge this up. I mean, they're almost KO'd. Do we get the Shadow Punch? We do, because fighting type moves do absolutely nothing to Rengar. It only does 24% damage if I remember correctly, and we went for the Leaf Blade just in case just in case two counters would take me out by the time Confusion actually hits them, so no reason not to play it safe there. And that concludes our 4-1 set. Hopefully you guys enjoyed those one-shots, and do let me know what kind of teams you guys are using. Also, what rank are you aiming to get this season? Let me know in the comments, and see you on the next video.